my Saints went up against a team that lost on Monday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons simply because Saquon dropped that 3rd-and-3 pass. If he caught that pass, the game would have been over. The Eagles would have come in at 2-0. I knew this game personally was going to be a tight game. I did not believe that my New Orleans Saints would be completely inept on offense throughout the first 45 minutes of the game. It wasn't that the Philadelphia Eagles were playing a suffocating style of defense. I just don't understand why Clint Kubiak did not take the cap off and go deep early in this first half to try to get some separation and or to get some big plays. But why do you think, Griff, that the Eagles either overperformed or kind of righted the ship from that Monday night debacle against Atlanta? Or the Eagles legit, or was it that Mike Saints just had a bad offensive night and, the defense on both sides played pretty well? What do you think?
I seen the same Eagles that I seen in the beginning of the season. The only reason why the Eagles lost last week was it ain't have anything to do with Saquon. That had to do with coaching. Coaching lost that game. There's no way the Eagles should have lost that game to the Falcons, but they did. The Eagles did what I wanted the Cowboys to do last week, and that is get pressure on Derek Carr. If you go check out the numbers, you go look at everything, they was able to get – the reason why he couldn't go over the top because he was being pressured. Right. And that's the difference. And I told you, and, some people got upset, and they said I was – a hater or whatever, but I was amazed at how many of them was in my chat when the Cowboys was losing. But then when I talk about they squad, I'm a hater, and you can't blame that on Derek Carr. You can't because it's a team sport. But what the Eagles did was the Eagles was able to get pressure, and they was able to run the ball. I said every week, if you can establish a running game, and you talking about a wounded Eagles team, A.J. Brown and then Devontae Smith got hurt, but Dallas Goedert and Saquon played a hell of a game. And here's the last thing I'm gonna say, man. Your defenders was taking each other out.
Yeah, that was a bad play call, a defensive play call from the defensive coordinator trying to go man when the team is in a 3rd and 16 situation. You never go man. You play zone when you're in 3rd, 15 and more. I don't know why he did that. That was terrible logic, especially when you didn't blitz. But set that aside. Set aside the 65-yard touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Saquon had a phenomenal game. The Saints' run defense is what allowed Philadelphia to stay in the game. I won't say stay in the game, but not to take the lead until late in the game. The defensive turnovers that were created by Matthew in the end zone early in the first half was part of the reason that the Saints remained in the game themselves because their offense simply was non-existent, right? And looking at some of the comments in the chat, Fred said that both teams played like trash. And yes, both teams did play like trash on the offensive side of the ball. But you see on the defensive side of the ball that both teams are able to make sure that they keep a playoff caliber type of offense off of the field when they have to. And the breaks fall where they may. It's just that the Saints allowed that Goddard 3rd and 16 pass to get away from them with a minute left in the game, a 60-yard pass, and then Derek Carr throws an interception in the subsequent drive. So I'm pretty sure if the Saints and the Eagles avoid what has hit most of the NFL already, key injuries, these two teams will see each other again sometime in January. And the theme of the night, I think, is going to be injuries because we have a lot of key players on a lot of key teams that are showing signs of life.
Yeah.
Going down early,
Let me say this right fast, Drew, because I don't want to say the offense has played, like garbage. It was a defensive game. Both defenses was actually pretty good. Both defenses had guys that could get to the quarterback. You know, Jalen Hurts was sacked 4 times. They was able to, with the exception of the big run by Saquon, somewhat keep him, held down, man. But like I was telling you in the green room, man, what it is, people are so accustomed to seeing a lot of teams score all these points. This season, hey, it's been a defense/running frenzy this past season. This early in the season anyway, because a lot of teams getting people hurt. And that's going to be another reason why we got a lot of running going on in a lot of games, because a lot of key players that's been the recipient of these touchdowns and through the air or through passing it, they hurt right now. So that's going to be the common theme here for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. The wideouts are hobbled. The run game will be the focus, especially when you have a dual threat quarterback. All right, so I see Fred is also an Eagles fan. I did not know that. Hey, Fred, I said if the Eagles won, I'd come on here and give them the props that they deserve. So fly, Eagles, fly in September. See y'all in January.